So here we have a 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. This one right here is going to come with the TRD wheels, of course, as well as a turbo hybrid 4-cylinder powertrain. So you can see on the inside right here of the engine bay, and then the inside of the truck as well. Alright, so we are going to start on this panel right here. So this is going to be headlight angle adjustment. So right here is where you can adjust it. We got 0 through 5. So 0 is the highest, with 5 being the lowest. Times when you could use that is for towing. So if you're at 0, that's where you want it when you're not towing. If you are towing, you may want to lift it or lower it a little bit to keep it level with the road. Next over is brightness for the dash display. So this is just a toggle. You press that to go down. The only direction it goes is down, so there's no up or down. It only goes down. This one right here, fuel door, of course. This one here is automatic high beams. So with this on, if you turn that on and then come up here, you won't have to push it forward to get your high beams to come on. They will just come on automatically and turn off automatically if it senses another vehicle's headlights approaching. Traction control off, only recommended for if you're completely stuck in snow or mud. Otherwise, if you want to just let loose and have a little bit of fun, then you can use that one there. AC 120 volt is going to be for a plug in the bed of the truck and also one in the back of the cab. And then these are the aux auxiliary buttons. So there are aux pigtails you can hook up to the fuse box, and that will allow you to add electronic accessories like a winch or a light bar, things like that. And then down here is your cargo light. So when you have that set to door, with any doors or the tailgate open, the light will come on automatically. Otherwise, it's just off or on. All right, so next we'll cover the digital gauge cluster. So this is fully customizable. So on here, if you press and hold OK, this gauge cluster can be adjusted, moving up, down, left, or right. So if we go all the way to the left, those are what are going to appear on the display to the right. And then if we move up or down within that menu, it's going to show us all of our options. So typically we like to keep it on the drive info on the left, the cruise control in the middle, and the fuel economy on the right. To lock in what you've adjusted, hit the back arrow and that will save it. And then without pressing and holding OK, if we move left or right, it's going to show us the 1, 2, and 3 presets, which each can be customized individually. So 1, 2, and 3. In 2, we like to add the tire pressure, so that way you don't have to adjust anything to see that. And then on 3, it's typically by default just an off-roading display. You can see we have the traction monitor on the left and then pitch and roll on the right. All right, so next we're going to cover how to pair a phone. So on both devices, so on the screen and on your phone, you'll want to have the Bluetooth menu open. To find Bluetooth on here, we'll be in settings, Bluetooth and devices, and then we search. And then on our phone, we'll head down to find the Tacoma. In this case, I've already paired it, so I'm just going to select my iPhone right there. Wait for the code to display and make sure it matches. We'll do pair, and then OK. We'll do allow on the phone. We'll do connect and yes. And you can hit ignore or allow on this, either or. And then now we can see we've got Apple CarPlay pulled up. So now that we've got our phone paired, there's a few items on the steering wheel that allow us to control the multimedia display. So right here is the speak button. Since I have an iPhone, that's going to be Siri. So if we press and hold that, Siri, take us to Moochie's.
Getting directions to Moochie's Meatballs and more.
You can also do things with Siri like call somebody, so anybody listed in your contacts, if you say call them, it'll just pull up on the screen automatically. Otherwise, you can press the phone button up here to bring up your contacts and scroll through on there. You've also got volume controls, so instead of reaching over here to do the volume right here, you can also just press the up or down buttons right there. So this is our Apple CarPlay main menu screen. So you can see we've got the split between the map and the music, and then any recent searches for addresses will be at the top right there. to go and see anything full screen, we can just tap on it there. And then if you're in park, you can search your destination by keyboard. Otherwise, you'll have to use Siri with this button there or the speak button on the steering wheel. So if we search up here, we can pull up our address, hit go, and it gives us directions. Now, if we want to get back to that main menu screen, we just press this. You can think of this as your home button. Once we're back there, we can pull up Spotify if we want. See that full screen. And then you can think of the rest of it like you would your normal phone. You can swipe to see all of your apps that are compatible with Apple CarPlay. So let's say we're on CarPlay, we've got directions going, but we want to listen to music through the radio. What we'll do is select music, make sure our source is set to radio. Once we've done that, we can see our favorites over here, or our presets. If you want to set a station as a preset, just come into any of the sources, scroll down until you find the station that you want. Once we're on there, just hit the heart icon at the top right, and that will now appear in our favorites right here. So let's say we want to adjust our time. What we'll want to do is come down to settings right here. We're going to go into general, date and time. Now this one's wrong, so we're going to go into Hawaii here, make sure we're set to mountain, and then daylight savings on or off. In this case, our time is wrong, so we're going to want to turn on daylight savings, and that fixes it to the correct time. If it's wrong and it's on daylight savings, just turn daylight savings off and it will fix it. So with this having the upgrade package, we're also going to touch on the wireless speaker. So this acts as a speaker when it's in the vehicle. If we press the eject button right here, that will pull it out, and this can be used as a Bluetooth speaker to hook up to your phone. So if you're camping, you can bring that along, play music outside the vehicle. When you're done with it, just pop it back in, and it acts as a speaker for the inside of the vehicle. So the upgrade package is also going to come with the wireless charger. So if we look up here at Apple CarPlay, we can see my phone is charging. So in order to get that working, just take your phone, place it on this black plate here. Make sure it's flat as can be against that, and then I like to scooch it over to the right because there's a little notch that keeps it in place. And we can see on Apple CarPlay it's charging. That's all you need to do to make the wireless charger work. So next we'll be covering the four-wheel drive. So this is going to have 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. So with 2 high, you can switch to 4 high as long as you're driving below 62 miles per hour. For the 4 low, you'll need to be stopped and in neutral to change it into 4 low. And then above that here, we have our drive modes. So since that is highlighted in orange, if we twist this dial, that will allow us to switch between eco, normal, and sport on the dash. Then above it, we have tow haul. So if you press that, look over here, we've got the trailer brake. So if you're in tow haul mode, that's going to change the shift points to account for any extra weight from whatever you're towing. We pinch the prongs for the brake itself. Above it, we have plus and minus to adjust the gain or the brake sensitivity. Now let's say you get a flat. If you need to find your jack and the kit for it, pull this up here, and back here we've got the jack and the spare kit. So next, in order to find the spare tire, it's going to be underneath right here. Once you have that jack kit put together, you'll want to insert it right here, crank it, and then it will lower to the ground, allowing you to pull it out.